ultimately, why the is nothing changed? Why does it feel like we're having the same conversation, we're experiencing the same problem or the same challenge over and over and over again? And I want to talk about the real reason nothing changes, the real reason you don't change. Let's figure out together how to finally and forever commit to the change, to, as they put it, be the change you want to see. Now, we know the only constant is change, and oftentimes people who change their mind, change their direction, change their locale, change their outfits, their style, their brand can come along with a handful of labels that have not ever been particularly positive. Like, you're flaky, you're unreliable, you have no idea what you're doing, you lack focus. Well, my friend, the first and foremost reason why change doesn't stick and we don't ultimately experience change is we don't want to. Now, I don't mean that in terms of like you're lying to yourself or you're deceiving yourself or that you're incapable of making these shifts. The reality is that the only reason any of us are doing anything is to get what we want, and we are simply doing our best to get it. There is a distinct difference between I want to and I am. And the point of that is on a level, like, we need to understand if we even believe this change is possible. And there's a couple different exercises I walk people through with this particular understanding, but I mean, I just encourage you to hit pause and ask yourself, do I really think I can do this? If the answer is no, there is no judgment in that. That's what we're going to spend a lot more of this episode talking about, is like the realities of facilitating change. I mean, there's a reason, there's an entire module at the Harvard Business School called change management, right? Like, this is not an easy thing to do. It is simple, but not easy. And once you understand your own system for it, you can do it over and over and over again. That's what makes it simple. I'm going to now talk about a handful of things I think you can do right now that are for the most part free. You can be the change you want to see. And that starts by shifting what's happening in here. So that is the first question I'm going to ask you, is what's the story you're telling yourself? It's impossible? Good luck with that. I've changed in the past. I can change right now. Now we're talking, right? So another question to ask yourself is, how possible do I think this is? And maybe with your eyes closed, maybe while you're journaling, kind of up to you, envision a measuring device like a speedometer or a thermometer, something that's going to go from 0 to 100, and just, how possible do I think this is? If you're trying to create from that place of 30 degrees or 30 miles per hour, it's going to be very, very challenging. And so that gives us a little bit of insight into what's like really going on, maybe up here and here. I don't even think this change is possible. So let's start there. Let's reframe this particular commitment to believing in change. My number one strategy for all of this stuff is make it an experiment. I was reading on social media the other day, someone was talking about like make everything play, and someone responded, well, what does play mean? When you're playing, you're not committed to the outcome. You don't expect it to look perfect. You might not even know how to do it. You're making up the rules as you go along, and you're enjoying yourself. Like, you're probably getting a little lost in the activity. You're not paying attention to what time it is, or you don't want the thing to end. Like, imagine approaching everything like that. You don't know what the outcome's going to be, so you don't really care. You're not concerned about making it perfect. You're just having fun. You forgot what time it was because you're enjoying yourself so much. And like, whatever this looks like, it's actually just doing it. That's the whole goal, right? Like, when you play, I mean, as grown-ups, it's probably a long time since we've had like a play date, but I know with your closest friends, or like maybe your favorite gaming community, or like going outside into nature, sometimes there's just a start and stop time. We might even need to set an alarm to remind ourselves, and we hit snooze 10 times. Like, that's what play feels like IRL, and you can apply that same skill set to change and evolution.